Hello everyone. In this session, we will discuss about the levels of automation. Automated system can be applied in the various levels in the factory organization. Normally, the associated automation is with respect to the production machines or it may be in the production line. However, the production machines or the production line itself is made up of subsystems and they may also be automated. The machine tools also receives instructions from the computer. Even these also it should be automated. For the purpose of the levels of automation, it has been classified into five different levels of automation and identified based on their hierarchies. The first one is nothing but the device level, second one is the machine level, the third one is the system level, the fourth one is nothing but a plant level, and the fifth one is nothing but the enterprise level. Now, the first one, device level. This is the lowest level in the automation hierarchy. It includes the actuators and as well as the sensors. These devices are combined into a individual control loop of the machine itself, which controls the feedback systems. Machine level. Machine level is the second level in the levels of automation. The hardware at the device level is assembled into the individual machine. For example, CNC machine tool and a similar production equipment, or it may be a industrial robots, or it may be a conveyors, or it may be an automated guiding vehicle. These control functions at this level includes performing the sequence of steps in program of instructions in the correct order and making sure that each steps is executed properly or not. In this slide, the hierarchy of the levels has been displayed. The first one is nothing but a display level, device level. The second one is a machine level, the third one is a cell level, the fourth one is a plant level, and the fifth one is nothing but the enterprise level. Now the cell level, this is the manufacturing or the system level which operates under the instructions from the plant level. A manufacturing cell or a system is grouped into a machine, or it may be a workstation connected and supported by a material handling system and computers and other equipments appropriate for the manufacturing process. The production line are included in this level and function includes a part dispatching and machine loading consideration among the machines and as well as the material handling systems and collecting the uh, evaluating the inspection data. The plant level, this is the factory level or it may be a production system level. It receives the instructions from the corporate information system and translates them into an operation plane for the production. Functions includes order processing, or it may be process planning, or it may be inventory control, or it may be a purchasing material, or it may be a requirement planning, or it may be a shop floor control, etc. Now the enterprise level, this is the highest level, consists of the corporate information systems. It is concerned with all the functions necessary to manage the company: marketing, sales, accounting, design, research, aggregate, planning, and master production schedule. The corporate information systems is usually managed by the enterprise resource planning. Now, the industrial control system. The industrial control system is one of the three basic components in an automated systems. In particular, however, the digital computers are used to implement the control function in the production. The industrial control system is defined here as a automatic regulation of the unit operation and their associated equipment as well as the integration and coordination of the unit operation in large production systems. The process industries versus the discrete industries. In the decision of the industries, the production operation were divided into two types. The first one is nothing but a process industry. The second one is nothing but a discrete manufacturing industry. The process industries performs their production operation on amount of the material, because the material tends to be either it may be in the form of a liquid, gases, powder and similar materials. But in the case of the discrete manufacturing system, the industries performs their operation on the quantities of the material, because of the material tends to discrete parts and products. The kind of the unit operation performed on the material are different in two different industries, or it may be even the categories. The typical unit operations in the process industries and as well as the discrete industries. The process industries are the chemical reactions, communications, or it may be a chemical vapor deposition, or it may be a distillation, or it may be a mixing, blending, or ingredients, or the separation of ingredients, etc. The discrete manufacturing industries are casting, forging, extrusion, machining, plastic molding, and as well as the sheet stampings. The levels of the automation in the two industries. The levels of the automation in the two industries are compared. Significant differences are seen in the low level and as well as the intermediate level, but in the higher level, both the either it may be the processing industries or it may be discrete industries, all the methods adopted is somewhat same and simple, and it is simple because of the process of the equipments are different. The upper level, the plant level and as well as enterprise level, the control issues are similar, allowing the facts that the product and as well as process are totally different. Here the levels of the automation with respect to the process industries and as well as the discrete manufacturing industries are compared. The first one is with respect to the process industries, the device layers, sensors are there, actuators will be there, which is used for the comparing the basic control loops for the operation. But in the case of the discrete manufacturing industries, the sensors and actuators accomplish the control of the machine action. The second level, which is nothing but a machine level. In this regulates the control level or it may be the control unit operation. In the case of the machine level, the production machines and as well as a workstation discretes a particular type of operation. The third one, a supervisory control level or the cell level. In the case of the processing industry, the supervisory control level, which controls the coordinate and as well as the several interconnected unit operations and makes the total process efficiently. But in the case of the manufacturing cell or it may be system level, which is controlled by the coordination of the group of machines to have a one single product. In the fourth level, which is nothing but a plant level, the plant level scheduling, tracking of the material and as well as the equipment monitoring. Even in the case of the discrete manufacturing systems or it may be industries also, the plant level or it may be the factory level, scheduling, tracking and as well as a work in progress, routine and machines and machine utilization, all these somewhat same. In the level 5, the enterprise level, in the enterprise level, the management information system, strategic planning, high level management, those things it should be involved for the production purpose. Even in the case of the discrete manufacturing system also, the enterprise level management information systems, strategic planning and high level and management of enterprise. If you start comparing the process industries and as well as the manufacturing industries, the level 4 and level 5 is somewhat same. Now continuous versus discrete control. As we know that the industries are classified into the process industries and as well as the discrete industries. The industrial control systems used in the process industries tends to emphasize the control and a continuous variable parameters. Just in there are two basic types of variables and parameters that are characterized the production operation. There are two basic types of the operations normally control system in which the variables and as well as the parameters and continuous and analog. And in the case of the discrete control, in which the variables and as well as the parameters are discrete, mostly the binary discretes, some of the difference between the continuous and as well as discrete control system are summarized in the further slides. Now the comparison between the continuous control systems and as well as the discrete control systems. In the case of the continuous control system, or it may be in the process industries, the valves, heaters, pumps and as well as the timers are used. But in the case of the discrete manufacturing system, the switches, motors, pistons and as are used. In the case of the processing industries, flow meters, thermocouples, pressure sensors are used. But in the case of the discrete systems, limit switches, photoelectric sensors, or it may be strain gauges or photoelectric sensors are used, or even the piezoelectric sensors are also used. But in the case of the processing industries, temperature, volume, flow rate, pressure is used. But in the case of the discrete systems, position, velocity, acceleration, and forces are used. In the case of the processing industries, consistency, concentration of the solution, absence of the commitment or conformance to the specification. But in the case of the discrete industries, the surface finish, dimensions, appearance, and defectless components. But in the case of the processing industries, the weight measurements, the liquid volume measurements, solid volume measurements are compared. But in the case of the discrete industries, or it may be discrete manufacturing systems, number of parts and as well as number of products are compared.